Set up? Yes, we do. We're gonna make sure it's all working. Yes, we are. Da 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 da. Oh, that's a good coffee. I love a coffee. Halfway regular and halfway decaf. That hits the spot for me. There we go. I need these dark. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. Now don't be afraid to let them show. True colors, true colors. Oh, excuse me. G'day guys, hope you're all doing well. I'm just getting this set up here and I'm just grabbing some paints. Hey Renato, hope you're doing well. Let me just undo this here. There we go. And just grabbing the paints out at the moment, team. Give me just a moment. There we go. A bunch of paint, and excitingly enough, I've got back my favorite paintbrush. Left it behind yesterday, so it's exciting to have it. Hey Sassy. Guys, can someone be an absolute sweetheart and let me know how's our audio and how's our visuals? Are they strong? Are they good? And if they're good, that's fantastic, because that's the idea. We'd like them to be good. Now, this picture's almost finished. I know I say that all the time, but it's almost finished. We're in the tail end of it. We're just doing the finishing touches on the darker areas down the bottom. Our blues, our blacks, our browns, woof, coming up through here. We might touch the surfer a little bit, but this area here, this is largely finished. We'll see where we go. Visuals are great, fantastic. B, thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. That's phenomenal. I'm so glad, I'm so glad. And I think, famous last words, but I think we've fixed the issue with the camera turning off. I turned off all the, what do you call it, power saving features. So all the power saving features off. I'm assuming we've fixed it, but you know what? Famous last words. Diane, thank you very much. Appreciate you. Excuse my sniffles. There's a little bit of hay fever here. I just buried my face in some dust. I don't know what's going on. Maybe, was there anything old that I grabbed? Also, quickly guys, do you hear any traffic? Or is it nice and settled in here? Because I've got the window open, but I can hear the traffic. But can you? Because it'd be cool if you didn't have to put up with traffic. Hey, Bam Pen. Welcome to the team. How you doing? Good to have you here. All right. So this is the fun part. We're just really adding texture in here. We're not getting hung up on thinking, oh, let's get more colors, let's get more form. This is the darker area. This is the bottom of the page. And in this page here, we're using less color and more alluring texture. So you can imagine what might be in these depths, but you can't see it. Rodeo, great name. A little bit of traffic. Hey, I can sort that out in a moment, T, because it's actually pretty cold in here. Give me a second. Also good to see you, T. Hope you're looking after yourself. Ooh. There we go. Fantastic. How are we doing now? I think we're twice as good now. Hey, Jarvie. Welcome to the team. This is a growing team. This is a fast growing team. I'm going to Google straight after this what a team means. Not the definition of the word team, but like what TikTok has it meaning. So I can look after you guys properly. Hey, Aussie Astro. What do you do with all your paintings? Well, this one is looking like it's got a home now. So I think this one's going to be going to Bay of Plenty, but we'll see. We'll see. And then usually though, they're commissions. There's been two exceptions on the commissions front, the board with the flower on it and this picture here, but they've both got owners by the looks of it. Yeah, which is a bit of a shame because I wanted to keep this one, but it is what it is. No notification again. Oh no, Victoria, you literally only missed by 45 seconds. Absolute max. Absolute max. And I've got an exciting landscape picture we're going to be doing. Maybe today, if I get excited. But I just want to touch base today and see if I could fix that issue with the camera turning off. And I think I did. So darkness will not be our old friend today. But we'll see. We will see. We will see. Guys. This stream here is a wholesome place. It's a place where we just want to hang out, get along, and I want to share the creation of art with you. And we can watch pictures come together. We can watch pictures come together. Huh, that makes sense. And the reason why I'm here is art can be a very lonely endeavor. You've probably heard me say that before. Art can be a martial, absolutely. Art can be a lonely endeavor, so it's an absolute privilege to be able to use technology to connect with people while I create. And if you get something out of this process too, while I yabber on about any random thought that pops into my head, and they get pretty random, guys, then that's pretty wholesome. I'm glad I could be here, and I'm glad you could join me. So, if you like Paint Me Like One of Your French Girls so much, we've also got t-shirts that say it, which is pretty funny. My t-shirt never arrived. I'm gutted. I really wanted to wear one. But look, with a bit of luck, I've got another one on the way. And we'll get that sorted. All right. Now this color's looking dark, but actually it's going to dry lighter. This is going to dry black, and you'll be like, black? It looks grey. It does look grey, but that is the white medium that's inside it that's actually going to dry transparent, leaving behind the black inside of it. So there's a little bit of, dare I say it, guesswork with the colour matching process. You've got to be confident in what it's going to look like in the future. Why haven't the streams been uploaded to YouTube recently, Jabba? I'm sorry. I've been so busy with getting the stuff going that I've missed uploading the previous footage. Because I figured if I could just get it quality enough, then the actual things I would be uploading as well would be better for everyone. So I've got them all there though. TikTok hasn't deleted them. I'll get them up there for you. You won't miss out. You've been missing out, but you won't miss out overall. I promise. And I did sorry if you followed me on Instagram, I did a bit of a drop of all the time lapses of this one so far. It was like 12 pictures in a row. I'm like, that's a lot, but I'll do it. We'll just throw it up there, just so everyone can see how it's made. Hey Cheryl, how we doing? What a wholesome crew we've got here today. That's very fun. I'm not going to be here forever though, guys. Well, maybe actually. Shelby's got a girls' night tonight. So she is doing that. We've both come in here, so she's working from a laptop next door at the moment. And I'm going to smash out some layers on this picture and maybe one other one. What's the concept? That's a great question. I'm going to show you the picture. And then I'm going to run off and try and smash out some emails while she attacks. She goes, has fun at a girls' night. So today's a day of work for me, guys. But honestly, I love doing this so much. And it's not really like any of it's work. Now, I've got some pictures here. I was hoping you guys could help me decide. I should share them on the Discord for you guys. I will actually, but I'll just give you a quick sneak peek. First off, this is the picture for this one. Voila. That's our lady diving under a wave. We've locked it in. What's girls' night? That's when they all get together and watch movies and have dinner, I suppose. Boys aren't allowed to know. And here we go. So these are our two pictures that we're looking at for painting on our next picture. Quite exciting. It's the Milford Track. It's an amazing place in New Zealand. Here's our first picture. So our first picture of the Milford track, we've got those mountains changing colours in the background, some interesting stuff happening in the foreground, and some flat watery areas. Love it. And and here we go. This is the next one we've got. More water. So this one's based more heavily on reflections, and it's got a huge amount of negative space in the sky. Now, between these two pictures, I'm probably leaning towards the water reflection one. And then we were going to do something quite interesting with it, where I was going to get more matte colours and put it in the sky. So the sky went flatter, and then more glossy colours and put it in the water, with the result being that the water will glisten and the reflections will become more poppy than the actual reality of the mountains. They'll look beautiful, but compared to the water, there'll be this crystally shine to the water. So that's the plan with that one. I think I'm leaning towards this one. And I just like the composition that it reflects. So so we'll see how we go. I feel like this one is similar to the dog's fur. There's lots of bushes and stuff in it. And with all the bushes, it'll have that same scratchy sort of technique. I like doing that, but we've just done that. Let's do a bit of water with some mountains. I think that's fun. I figure we need a larger canvas. I've got some small ones in the corner. I don't think they're big enough, so we'll probably go for a bigger one. But that's on the agenda. If I get too far into this one, I may grab out a board and start gessoing it, which is super exciting to watch. It's when I paint a board. White. So the board goes from brown to white slowly. If you didn't catch that, that is sarcasm. It's very boring. Therapeutic for me. For you, it's like worse than watching paint dry. But I like it. Hello, I'm good, Evan Dennison. Hope you're well. Have I painted a waterfall? Cheryl, that is a fantastic idea. Guys, if anyone's got a waterfall picture, send it my way, because that'd be quite fun, crashing like this, but in a downward angle, spraying in all directions. But we want that spray. So if you've got a picture of a waterfall with like, oh my God, Niagara Falls. Someone give us a cool waterfall picture. I'm kind of amazed how he talks the whole time. You know what's really amazing? That I talk for 4 to 6 hours non-stop here, and then I go home and Shelby's getting a non-stop earful of me just yammering on about everything else I want to talk about. And she's like, wouldn't you be talked out by now? Are you not done just yarning? So, yeah. I don't tend to wear myself out. I just keep going, apparently. So, that's where we're at. Hey, JC. I recognise that name. Here we go. Hope you're looking after yourself, Joey. What's the colour today? The colour today is black. It looks like it's going on there as grey. It's not, it's a trick. I'll show you the plate. If you see that there, see that white liquid all over the plate? That's going to dry clear. So I'm mixing it into some very, very dark shades with the intention of, So there is this awkward phase in between it drying where it doesn't look like how it's going to look. But that's okay. And we want it on thick because, like I was saying, these textures down the bottom want to have body to them with the thickness of the texture on the surface, but not a whole lot of colour to them. The colour belonged up there. That's our vibrant craziness of colour. Down here is more chill, more relaxed. There's more depth, all that sort of stuff. All the good stuff. Do you sand your canvas after you gesso? Absolutely not, but you should. So I don't, but you can. The reason why I don't is I put the gesso on with a brush, and so I want the bite of the brush strokes. And I don't just whack it on willy-nilly where it looks sloppy and not right. I put it on in a way where I add the texture exactly how I want to paint on it. So it takes process to see it. It takes come on, Seb, find your words, mate. It takes a bit more time to gesso the boards because I put the strokes on carefully, not just willy-nilly. And then the bite adds to the painting as you start. So your undercoat is this transparent coat of paint strokes. which is a nice base to go on. I think paint strokes on paint strokes is nice, just not too thick, and you're all good. Venezuela, and you're living in Italy right now. I'm excited for you. That is fun. Your pizza is fantastic, your pasta is fantastic, your coffee needs work, but you know what? You make up for it in architecture. So you've got that going for you. There we go. Let's keep the comments clean. Thank you, Victoria. Yeah, guys, so this is a wholesome stream. I know a lot of them probably aren't. I haven't seen a lot of live streams actually, but the idea behind here is I'm just sharing my art with you, and you can hang out here. And the goal is that before the painting's even finished and it goes to someone to make their day better, maybe this little place can make your day a little bit better. So that's pretty special. And if you find that special and you want more of it, there's all the links you could ever need are in my bio. Otherwise, you can share the stream, hang out in the stream, like the stream, ignore the stream. You do whatever you like. You're your own person. You're your own person. Da da ding da dum da 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 da. All right, where else are we going to go with this? So again, I don't want to add too much of it because I don't know how it's going to dry just yet. But like I say, this painting is the Wild West. We're letting it become whatever it wants to be because it doesn't have it. Well, it does have a soft owner, which means that a person's tentatively come forward and says they want it, but they haven't paid for it yet. So I can still ruin it and not upset anyone. Well, no one will be out of pocket for something they didn't want if I ruin it still. And I like having the ability to ruin it. I know that sounds weird, but having the ability for the artwork to go in the wrong direction allows the artwork to head even more in the right direction than it ever could have otherwise. So at least that's how I feel. I might change that opinion. We'll see. Here we go. Traditionally painted since college. You miss oil painting, but my apartment is full of work. I like that. Guys, art's a fantastic thing to have in your apartment, your home, your place. And the reason it's fantastic, you don't have to purchase my art, any art. The reason why it's important is just like music in an environment adds fun, adds happiness, adds what you want to the environment to make it more special for you as a human. Artwork does that passively and slowly, and you don't just buy artwork that everyone likes. That's so. The thing is, we think, oh, I want some artwork. I'm going to go and buy a generic picture of a sunset, which is totally fine, but make sure you love that picture. As long as you feel a strong emotional connection to it, then what's going to happen over time is you're going to keep feeling a little boost every time you see it. So art's something that's just like music, and that's shop for exactly what you want. Just chucking up art that everyone likes is like listening to the top 20 of music and assuming it's going to make you feel great. Some people do have their favourites in the top 20, but most people have to search a little bit deeper into different genres, different styles, for something that really speaks to them. For me, honestly, I love country. I do. I've got a soft spot for Kit Moore. I love Toby Keith. I like it when a song goes viral in New Zealand. That's a country song, like Applebee's on a band. I don't know the lyrics to that one, but fan of that one. Not Bob Ross. Bob Ross is fantastic though, and the reason I like Bob Ross is because Bob Ross shares a bit of what we're trying to do here, in that all he wanted was for everyone to be a little bit happier and make the world a bit of a better place. And you know what? If I hang out my paintbrush today, you don't hang out paintbrushes, but it's a figure of speech, and we manage to make someone feel a bit better just by adding a bit of paint to this wild and wacky picture, then we're in a good place. That's pretty fun. Digitally, sorry, let me just read that a bit more. Have you ever tried a hand at it? Look, I love digital art, don't get me wrong, but I love painting from a primal, wild, and I like the rudimentary place that this artwork can exist. I like the rough. I like the way paint behaves more than I like the tablet. That's not to say the tablet's got anything wrong with it. The tablet's fantastic. The tablet's the future. But for me, I like the past. I like this rudimentary style. I like the fact that there's not too much difference between me doing this and a caveman slashing at the cave wall, spraying berry juice on his hands to leave an imprint on the wall. In a similar way, I've just got a surface as well. In a similar way, I'm just using a rudimentary tool. I'm using a plate and coloured liquid. So in that sense, that's where I see my style fitting and what I love. It's rudimentary and it's primal. And I feel like we need to return to something a little bit more primal. We need to return to something a little bit more raw and authentic and honest in a world that's becoming more and more full of duplications, and not just duplications in terms of art that we see, but duplications in terms of feelings, conversations, the way we talk and view each other. In this world, more than anything, we need something raw and authentic. And that's why I love to paint like this. But digital art's pretty cool, don't get me wrong. It's just not my cup of tea. There we go. I use the word primal. Raw's not the right word, it's just a buzzword and it's easy to say. But primal's a great word because primal, you can say primalism, which is basically, if you say primal impressionism, you're talking about making an impression of a subject, but forcing yourself to use rudimentary tools. And that's to a large degree where I like to sit with my art. I wouldn't like to use a tablet as such. I'd like to keep the brush, no matter how advanced technology gets. I like the tool of a brush. I might allow the brush to be no, I like getting the paint with the brush too. This is the entire thing that I like. There's no part about this process that I think could be improved. The only thing that could improve is my attitude towards it and who I can show it to. I think, I don't know, actually. I've changed that opinion. I always change my opinions. Sorry, guys. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Do you clean your brush between colours? These darker ones, no. And I'll typically flow between colour to colour. So we'll start with a colour like green, and then we'll flow from that into yellow or blue. So you'll always have a tinge of the previous colour in your brush, but not enough to really stop you from heading in new directions. So I sometimes wipe the brush off so that diluting's way less, but Diane, I hear you. This is the best way for art for me rather than the tablet. Nothing wrong with the tablet though. Yeah. At the end of the day, guys, the most important thing you can do in art, when you talk about your artwork, is for it to be, you want it to be accepted. You want the world to see it, and through it, see you. And it sounds cheesy, it's true. That's what we want. We want to be seen. We're doing it with expression on a 2D surface, but it's about being seen. And when we talk like that, there was a point I was going to go from with that. Through the artwork, see it, but then see you. God, it was a good point to be made. And it's just straight up, it's just gone. And so that acceptance, that's where I was going to go with that. That acceptance is not just for the viewer to have, but also for the artist, because we get so, I used to do it too, I'd get on my high horse and I'd say, that's not real art, this is real art, this is what it needs to be, and try and put things into boxes and judge them. Let AI art be art. Let photography be a true, pure form of expression beside fine art. Let fine art sit beside finger painting on the same table as what art is. And let them all let anyone who's doing whatever they're doing, provided they're doing it to have fun, to bring more joy to the world and to making themselves happy, let them do it. And that acceptance is fundamental. So on one level, the viewer needs to accept your art and see you and accept you. And on another level, you as an artist need to see everyone else's art and accept what they're trying to do and what they're trying to believe. Or did it, develop through art? Great question. I actually have my degree's a mixture of fine art. It started with fine art, and then I finished with art history, and philosophy. So when you hear about me talk about philosophy, that's because I studied it. I love it. I love to think. And it annoys the heck out of Shelby because I break down every little thing into a concise argument, and it's very, very annoying sometimes, and it's just how I am. But the other thing is I get fascinated by things like photography, and especially right now, because we had photography, and when that came into context in the history of photography, it was absolutely game-changing in the artistic world. Suddenly, things that we'd spent forever painting could suddenly just exist at the flash of a camera. Not straight away. We were doing it with silver dishes at first. We had dark rooms. It was very complicated. But then all of a sudden, you could just get photos like that. Now, once you get photos straight away, this had huge ramifications over the next 50 years within the art world. It still is. And so the next big step, digital illustration, obviously, people painting on tablets, but AI art. What if humans didn't even make the art? Humans had to take the photo, choose where to point the camera. Now you tell a robot, I want a picture of the Milford track. I want it from this angle in this lighting. I want this in the photo. I want it to be in this style. I want to get a Van Gogh painting of a basketball match of my child. You can have whatever you want now. It's at your fingertips. Now, this doesn't get rid of art, but this changes it in really dynamic, special ways. You hate AI art. That's interesting because it's another step. And when they brought out photography, there were people, fine artists, masters, expert craftsmen in their field who hated photography. And now we accept photography as a form of fine art. Are we going to do the same for AI art? Are artists going to be people who can ask AI robots the right questions to get amazing pictures? That's already the case. People displaying accounts with pictures on them I'll get to that in just a second, pictures on them where they've arranged all their shots that they've created because they asked the robot for the right thing, and celebrating these things. That's incredible. That's where it's going. Sorry, I just missed that. Which AI artists? I just almost had it. It's gone. But something about AI. It's more artists. It's more artists being stolen, make these works without permission. Well, obviously, we need to make sure AI has a conscience and doesn't steal. I mean, is it stealing Van Gogh's work to ask a robot to do something in Van Gogh's style? Because previously, if someone would copy Van Gogh's style, it would be a term of endearment, a student of Van Gogh. But if a robot does it, we're disgusted by it. Is this a cultural sensitivity we have, or is this a philosophy we've got? I'm not sure. But it's important to be aware of it. Which artist do you look up to? Doesn't have to be specifically painters. Jeepers, who do I look up to? Honestly, the people I really look up to probably don't do a whole lot of art. I do love Van Gogh because I love his story. I find it really compelling. I love the fact that he thought he'd found something beautiful, and he had, but although no one else saw it, his entire life he dedicated to it. So he did that on his own. There's a lot of self-awareness. Self-awareness, that's not the right word. There's a lot of you've got to have a huge amount of internal belief in yourself to pursue something for a decade when no one else sees it. That's tough. And a lot of us are doing that in a lot of areas. Not just Van Gogh with painting, but some of us are doing that with businesses, with our families, with our lives, with our careers, with our jobs, our everything. And Van Gogh is an extreme example of having something so utterly beautiful, but at the time of him making it, no one could see it. It's pretty poetic, but there's a great lesson we can all take from that. Not a lesson, but a great awareness that we can take from that, I think. All right, let's get some purples down the bottom here as well. Purples. But Van Gogh, I like Picasso. Picasso had some great quotes. I think a lot of artists doing amazing stuff. I love artists who are unapologetically themselves, making artwork with the intentions of making the world a happier place. Like Bob Ross. His artwork, I mean, it's nice, but his philosophy towards it, I actually own some Bob Ross art, not real. If anyone here knows about Magic the Gathering, it's a card game, I own a set of Bob Ross mana lands. So 5 little pictures of Bob Ross landscapes on each one of the Magic the Gathering lands. And I love it. I love it. My brother got it for me for my birthday because he knew I'd love it. And I've loved it ever since. It's one of those collector's items that us nerds get. And you would have thought that one day I might sell it. No, I'm just going to enjoy it forevermore. Some companies, for example, are firing. What are they doing that for? Are firing real artists and switching to AI, just scared of change. Change is terrifying. In fact, I heard of a company the other day, what was it, Penguin Books? I forget the publisher, but they fired all their illustrators in favor of AI making their book covers. So, and you'd look at that and wonder, obviously there's lots of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that leads to a decision like that. But ask yourself, it doesn't mean art's disappearing. We're not going to just say one day, okay, AIs do art now, humans don't do art. Because at a fundamental pure form, art is human expression. But we need to decide where humans will express themselves going forward now that art has taken away a few of these areas. Did you study fine art in school? It's jeans. It's jeans? I think they're actually khakis. No, it's just your username. I did study art throughout high school, and then I had lots of tutoring, and then I also had... I did it in university, and then later in my university career I swapped into philosophy and art history. Part of that was I wanted to move to a university that was closer to my brother at the time, and he was down the South Island of New Zealand, and there wasn't an art school which I wanted to be a part of down there. It was just a polytech. I did join the polytech, but not to finish the degree, just to be doing art on the side as well. And then, yeah. But ironically, in terms of my art progression, a lot of the fine art skills that you can learn came from places. And honestly, YouTube's a fantastic spot to learn all the little tips and tricks you want to learn with paint. And then past that, philosophy and art history grew my art more than I ever could within the previous training I was getting. So, yeah. A conversational podcast. Jeepers. Don't think I could. I'd run out of things to say. Oh, thanks, Diane. Appreciate that. You don't know, when someone's like, your views are very interesting. You're like, does that mean they like them? Or am I making a fool of myself? Maybe I should quieten down. At the end of the day, though, art serves a lot of purposes. The purpose I like it to serve is I think that art is something that can make people happier, and I think it's a human expression like singing or dancing. Once a robot can dance, we're not going to just suddenly tell all humans to stop dancing. We're going to continue to dance because it makes us happy. We're going to continue to make art because it makes us happy. Even in a situation where a robot actually starts making better art than humans, we're still going to want to make art. On the side, after work, whenever, I don't know. Favorite book? Woo-wee. Okay, I've got a cheesy one for you. My favorite book is The Alchemist. I love that book. I've read that book once, but the thing I like about that book is I feel like The Alchemist is actually someone taking the time to write down their truth. Write down a story that's spoken from the soul. That story is the author pouring his heart out on the page. It may not be your heart. It may not speak directly to you, but you can read it and you can really appreciate the fact that you are reading something that came from the author's heart. It meant something to him. T likes that book. Good. Yeah, and it meant something to him deeply, and not in the form that anyone had to read the book. It became famous long after its creation, but in the form that he had to write the book. Now, you know it's a true pursuit. You know it's meaningful and you care for it. when it's got nothing to do with it being seen, but it has everything to do with you doing it. That's when it's true. So that's how I feel. He prefers using a Play-Doh. Thanks, Victoria. Yeah, I do, guys. There's a couple of reasons for that. First off, porcelain feels amazing. It's great for the paint. If I show you up close here, guys, I'll show you why porcelain's phenomenal. Okay, up close here, paint's everywhere on this tray. If I was on a regular palette, it would all be dry. Here's the acrylic paint, still wet, even right on those edges. And the reason it's still wet is because it can't dry easily to this favorite superhero, Stacey. I'm coming right back to you. Because it can't dry on the porcelain that easily. So great to use porcelain. The other thing I like about it is grip on the bottom. See that? I can easily hold the plate, really control it. It's got a lip around the edges and a bowl in the middle, so it holds the paint really nicely, so it's harder to spill. It's naturally weighted to be held and carried because it gets delivered to customers. And I used to work as a waiter and in hospitality with restaurants a lot. And so it's very, very fun to have my own wax on, wax off, for a Karate Kid reference, to be painting and pursuing my career now with things that I learned how to do when I was younger. So there's a great connection there. Sorry, favourite superhero is definitely, without a doubt, going to get cheesy here, it's Captain America. And the reason it's Captain America is because I believe he's an absolute champion with his philosophy. And his philosophy throughout all the movies is absolutely heroic. His philosophy was he'd never give up hope, ever. And even in Avengers Infinity War, when they lose, and in Endgame at the start when they've lost, he still hasn't given up hope. He still believes. And the reason that's really cool, and there's that one scene that they spell it out in, was the one where wax on, wax off. There's that one scene where he's fighting Thanos. Thanos beats him up a little bit. The other heroes are all gone. He thinks he's the only one left. He stands up with his broken shield on a ridge. The entirety of Thanos' army is coming towards him. He picks up his shield and he's walking on in there. Why? Because he's the last line of defense and he's still got hope. He didn't think at that moment he was going to lose, but it did look pretty bad. He was aware of that. It looked bad, but he was heading in there to fight. And one of the things that happens in that scene that I love is he had hope even when it looked like all hope was lost and he was the last one left. He didn't know the call was coming that said, on your left, Cap, and then all the Avengers show up. In his mind, it was just him. And so in that moment, I mean, Tony Stark, the Iron Man, who's a fantastic character, lost hope in Avengers Infinity War when the glove got clicked and everyone, half the universe got destroyed. Tony Stark was a mess. He was lost. But no matter what happened, Captain America kept hope. So Captain America gets a gold star from me. And my favourite scene in any movie is Captain America standing there in front of the entirety of Thanos' army, standing there going, right, I've got hope. And I feel like that's really compelling, guys. So that's my favourite. Now, honestly, in terms of personality, he's probably not my favourite. I like Thor. But in terms of philosophy and best character, it'd be him. I hope everyone has seen the movie already. Oh, jeepers. So if you haven't seen Avengers, I'm sorry for spoiling it for you. It has been out for a while. Come on, guys. Come on. So you'll see already all the little spots of light grey and white that we put onto it are now fading away a little bit. They're starting to turn into those black areas that we talked about. Glistening black, lots of texture down the bottoms. Hey guys, can I try something? It's going to be a little bit weird. My camera can zoom. Do you mind if I just jump around now? I'm going to zoom in on the texture and move the camera around a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about with the texture. Would that be all good? Sweet. All right, I'm going to give this a go. So we're going to zoom in down here first, and then I'm going to pan up to this area up here and just show you around. If this works, this is going to be really cool. And when we talk about the textures and what we're doing with the picture, I can do this more often. Let's give it a go. All right. So hopefully you can still hear me. Now, what I'm going to do is I haven't done this before, so if I break everything, I'm so sorry. Okay, here we go. There's the picture, and we're going to zoom in on it. So here we are. This is the texture we're talking about. So down the bottom, see these grey bits that are now going on? They're all going to dry black. That purple's also going to dry blacker. And then we're going to sneak up here. Watch as we come up to these colours up here. This is the first time I've done this, so please bear with me. We're going up deeper into these colours, up the top here. So this is the wave here. If we go in here, I want you to show what this wave looks like up close. We've got this wild paint landing on top of each other. This is the primal paint we're talking about. This cascading layers of colours all fighting each other. See that? That is just a fight up close between colours all trying to represent their own little thing. Absolute wilderness of paint. Wilderness of paint. And then we come right back and we have a whole picture. Cool. And if I just bring that back to there and put it down there, straighten that up. Perfect. There we go. How'd we go? Was that useful or was that terrible? Was that fun? That was fun? Love the close-up, how it all, oh, mean. Okay, everyone love that? Cool. Okay, so we can now do that more often as well. I'll just make sure, did I zoom out enough there? There we go. Spin you around a little bit. Okay, so we can do that now and talk about the work in more depth when I talk about certain colours having certain effects. But at the moment down here, it's going to dry completely black. I can't do a straight view at the moment because the work's a bit heavy and the camera's over there, but in the future, straight view coming up, definitely. Yeah, down here is all going to dry black though. This area here is black. It's going to slowly feed into the other colours, and then up here, you can see that giant wilderness, like a spray, all directions doing its own thing. Keep doing that from time to time. Canadian fan of your work. G'day, how you doing? Yeah, absolutely. So when I start yarning about something, completely lose track and think I lost you, we can zoom in and I can show you what I'm trying to say. And that was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. That was super easy to do as well, to be fair. And I'm not very good with tech. But I thought that was fun. Sorry. I'm going to grab a little bit of blue, just a touch. Mix the blue into the black. That's going to come into here, the lower parts here, because it goes from stark blue at the moment straight into our purples and blacks. And there needs to be a little bit of blending because this isn't sudden, it's smooth. It's a smooth gradient. So we'll get that in there. How long does it usually take to dry? It's a great question. If it was oils, it would take weeks, months, long time, especially for the transparent nature that I'm using this in. But with this acrylic, honestly, 20 minutes and you could probably put your hands all over it. So the reason why it dries so fast is because I add a lot of gloss mediums and fast drying gels through the paint to try and make it dry faster. When do you keep your paintings when finished? Well, I haven't got any. So I don't have to store any at the moment because there's none left, but usually I try and keep 2 hooks on my studio so that I can hang out works and like display them because they make me happy. But in this case, I've only got this one, which unfortunately I'm only going to be able to have for about a week or so before it moves off to its next location. But a lot of the works are commissions, so I don't actually have time to own them as such. This light blue is not going to be light blue, guys. Like I say, it's going to dry. It's going to dry darker, blacker, but it goes on this color. How do you feel about oil paint? Oil paint is fantastic. I used to spend my time when I was younger, when I was at art school and my early full-time career, thinking that oil paint was the only true paint and every other paint was a joke. And if you weren't using oils, you were a joke. And you know who was wrong? This guy. And the reason I was wrong is because acrylics are amazing. Mix things through acrylics, make them behave just like oils. They dry faster. You can get the same vibrancy in the paint like you can get from oils. You just need to get clever with how you use them. That's so important. And plus, they're non-toxic. So if you've got family members around, if you're working in a tight, confined studio, you'll look after your brain. And that's really important. I look tired. That's probably the lighting. I actually had a really good night's sleep last night. Slept the whole way through. Went to bed at 12, but slept the whole way through. So that's all good. Or I probably put a light in the wrong spot so it's highlighting the rings under my eyes. They're not... I've had rings under my eyes since I was about 15. Not because I work hard. It's just part of the features of my face. And I have learned to love them. Jason! Jason, where is my picture? How you doing, Jason? Hope you're looking after yourself. Guys, I'm actually working on something quite interesting tonight while Shelby's at her girls' night. I'm going to be trying to connect up my Shopify with the merch store. So then you'll be able to get t-shirts through Shopify on the website rather than going to the weird Linktree link. So, Jason, you're an absolute champion. You went to the Linktree link, like the poor other souls that found it, but I'm moving it to an easier location. Ooh, don't kick your artwork, guys. It's bad practice. Can we paint our wedding picture? Of course you can. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Look, I'm actually taken, but you know what's really cool? If you want a wedding picture painted, we just did one, and it looks incredible, full of love, full of life, happy couple, two gentlemen looking fantastic under an arch, so fun. It was actually at the framers getting done up with the most incredible frame on it, and while it was getting done up, they had it on display. Everyone was loving it. So much colour, popping. Oh God, I thought they... You're golden, Victoria. You're golden. But it would be... I do like wedding shots. And the reason I like wedding shots is a lot of the time you're trying to imbue a painting with a feeling or capture certain expression. But with wedding shots, there's already love all through the shot. So your only job is to actually capture what's already in the pixels of the photo. That's pretty fun. Obviously, embellish it more, but you're not trying to read into something that's probably not there. It's there. You just have to see it, which is fun. There's a caption. There's a caption. There is a caption. I don't know what the caption says. Something about duck diving. Something about waves. Waves and duck diving and waves. See over here, guys, again, this is all dried. It's dried black. It's fantastic and thick. That's what we were after. We're going to just keep going. Just keep going. This is now going to go into a blackish light, blackish dark blue area. So we're going to put this around where the bubbles are cascading up. It's going to look white to start with. Like I say, can't say this enough. It's not going to be white. It's going to be dark blue. I'm missing a few of these comments. I'm so sorry. I try nothing but my best. But if you do want to connect, there is links in my bio. Everything you need. There is links to Instagram. There is links to commissions. There is links to TikTok. If you got lost and want to come back here. If you want prints are available. I'm going to upload some tonight. Looking forward to that. So I'll keep you posted. And yeah, exciting times. Exciting times. Trying best. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. There we go. All right, where are we going to go next? Just keep these colors rocking in here, really. There we go. Here we go, all the way down to the bottom. And what's really fun is there's actually a piece down here, which is still raw canvas. It's just the right color. It doesn't need to be touched. And there's one little bit, I'll show you where it is, up here, and amongst all this cascading paint, right there. If I touch right there, that noise there, that is actually the sound of the wood. That's no paint on top of it whatsoever, because that little piece of wood with the gesso on top is the exact color that we wanted. So we never changed it. I like that. Hello MSM, thanks for the flower. Good to have you back today. And literally my favorite color. Thank you, Nikanda. I appreciate that. I read color and I'm like, what color was that? Was that deep green? Was that the color of the board? The color of the board's really nice, actually. If you are trying to save $1 and you do want to just start painting, whether you want to create for yourself or whether you want to do whatever, I do really recommend Masonite. This is on Masonite. The board itself is very, very affordable, but it's amazing because Masonite doesn't have any chemicals in it like MDF. It'll, even though it sounds like a chemical, it's oil-tempered hardboard, so it will last indefinitely. The old masters used to use it, and you can use it to create rather than having to buy canvas after canvas. And then if you like your Masonite board, you're really happy with the work you've made, you know what you can do? You can frame the board. And if you don't want to, then you only paid for a board and a bit of paint. Great place to be, great place to be. So Masonite is awesome. Yes, it is so great. I cannot scream the praises of Masonite enough. Well, Richie, it comes with a catch because, as you may have noticed, I get halfway through a thought half the time and then just lose the trail of thought. And that's because I'm not so good at multitasking and I'll lose one or the other. This is life. This is life. That's life. What's love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? Never understood that. What is a second-hand emotion? And why would that be love? Isn't love a first-hand emotion? Why is love a second-hand emotion? It sounds compelling, don't get me wrong. It sounds I want to be a part of it. I'm just confused as to what it is. Any country songs for us? Yeah, absolutely. Jump on your Spotify, turn on Kip Moore. I love I'm to Blame, and most of all, Love Me to the Moon. Where he goes, what's that one where he talks about gravity boots off the bat? Johnny comes home, leaves his gravity boots by the door. Julie got champagne, ain't popped the cork. Said, babe, I missed you, and I just couldn't wait to land. Great song. There we go. Let's get some of this in here. Scatter it up here. Keep the paint coming. Keep it coming. Is it a mermaid? You know what? It does look like a mermaid, but it's not. It's got connotations of one, and I'll show you why in the picture. Give me just a moment. Hello. This one here. See how her feet actually look like a tail? Her feet look like a tail. Yeah. So since she looks a little mermaid-y, I can see how we would get those feelings coming out of the picture. It's not actually what we're after as a creator. But you know what? If the mermaid makes you happy, I want you to see a mermaid. And I want that mermaid to make you happy. If I wear a white shirt painted up by the time I finish, well, Richie, you know what? If you ever want to change things up, if you ever want to mix things up, try something new, have a go at wearing a white shirt. And the reason I say that is you may just find wearing a white shirt is exactly what you needed to unlock just a little something, a little change, a little creativity in a new direction. I like it because it makes me control the process. You've all heard me say this before, but I love to control what I can, and this artwork is absolute chaos. It goes in all directions. It is very, very hard to control, and so where do I unleash my human desire to control? I release that on what I wear and where I put the paint. So I control the fact that the paint goes from the tube to the plate to the painting and nowhere else. And so although the painting is this wild spectrum of colors going in all directions that I can't predict or do anything with to try and control where it ends up, I can control everything leading up to that point. So I control the paint, I control where it goes. I actually love one challenge I love to put up for myself. I love to paint on carpet. And I've got a mat down right now because I'm only in the space for 5 weeks, but I love to paint on carpet. Again, another challenge, another thing for me to control outside of the work. And Hold on, there we go. And this is what I'm talking about, lost my trail of thought there. Something about controlling it. Yeah. This is chaos. We're talking about the craft of chaos. How to control that. You don't just get lost in the process. You just get lost in the process. See where it takes you. There we go. 'Cause I love you to the moon. Take me in a ride out of this world. Hey, I love you to the moon. You're always gonna be my girl. It don't matter where I'm at. Stuck together like a story hat. Okay, I'm gonna combine a bit of blue into green into black. Let me just sort that out. 1 second. Blue, green, black is the plan. More of our gloss gel. There we go. Did I mention I'm using my favorite brush today, guys? It's not my most expensive brush, but it's my favorite. It's got a great handle on it. Hola, Jenny. Hope you're well. Yum, yum, yum. There we go. All right, guys. A little bit of blue, a little bit of green. Perfect. Now we're talking. A bit more blue. Mix it in there. Fantastic. Bit of black. It's going to look like a murky colour. It's what we want. It's what we need. Here we go. And we're going to strike this through this area. This is where this wants to go. It's going to encroach through here, right up to the board. Down the front of it here. Now we're talking to it. Just through here. Coming on down here. Bubbles. I'm getting a little bit wild with those brush strokes. Let's get a bit more control into it. Bit more control. There we go. Here we go. Just going to fix up that previous stroke that's a little bit wild. Perfect. Let's sneak across here. And then we're just going to bubble that up there a little bit. Coming to life. It should be slowly coming to life, yeah. This bottom part is the foundations of it. So we've got the energy coming out the top, but this is going to be what holds it and grounds it all together. Is Seb short for Seabiscuit? It's a great movie. No, it's not. It's short for, you know this, Sebastian. I'm a Sebastian. Sebastian Gower. Good place to be, good name. I like my name. I was going to be a Lachlan, and if I was a female, I was going to be a Rose. So that's where I was going to be. You're going to name me after a racing horse from now on. That's fair enough. The other name I get is Seabass, which is similar to Seabiscuit. Seabass is a fish. And it's Seabass because Sebastian. What am I painting? Hey Aaron, how you doing? We're painting a lady diving under a wave with so many crazy colours. Why are you so crazy with your colour, Sebastian? Heading out in all directions. So that's what we're after here. A crazy cascading symphony of colours. Here we go. Down the bottom here, our symphony of colours though, is more of a murky, blacky, bluey, greeny tinge to it. So there's a feeling of depth and vibrancy. And we'll see where that takes us. Very Van Gogh. Well, I think Van Gogh, yeah, very Van Goghish. Probably. Would Van Gogh like it? Or would be like, ha, this is terrible art. Why is Van Gogh French? Van Gogh is Dutch. If you want to say his name in a Dutch accent, you say Van Gogh. But if you want to say it in an American way, you say Van Gogh. So Van Gogh's got a very, very good name. Easy to say in American, but quite challenging to say in Dutch. Deutsch. Say Deutsch? I forget. Yes, like the beginning of an abyss. Yeah, it wants to feel not like an abyss that will be, it wants to feel ephemeral, as if it's passing briefly, cascading over you, but it doesn't want to feel like it's a scary abyss, like it's trying to suck you in, control you, destroy you, make you afraid. It's not trying to be that kind of abyss. It's trying to be the kind of place where you enter a surreal, sublime environment, and for a brief moment, you're somewhere new. Did you attend college for arts or just natural self-taught? I did a mixture. I did a bit of college, I did a bit of fine arts, I did art history, I did philosophy, I did art at Polytech, I got private tutoring, but it's not really important, guys. The things that made the most difference was the peers. People who are your friends and people you care about will give you encouragement in ways that no education or schooling can. They'll say things directly to you in a way that comes from love and where they want to be the best version of you you can be. And to them, the best version of you isn't a famous artist or creator or business person. Typically, it's the happiest version of you. And that's the advice that you want to get. That's the advice you want to take. So surround yourselves with people you love. And if you do that, you'll get the best advice and the best training you can possibly ask for, I reckon. Hello from Malaysia. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. I've been enjoying you enjoying my art. Here we go. Just a little bit down here. We're going to sneak this in here. There we go. I'm going to add a bit more blue through this. I don't feel like we've got enough blue right now. Just deepen that color there a little bit. There we go. A little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. There we go. Beautiful. Alrighty. What do you call this piece? This piece is called Duck Dive. Duck Dive. And it is showing a lady scooping under a wave, diving away from her problems, from the harshness, turbulent nature of a wave. We'll never know. Well, she's probably just having a surf. And you know what? It's probably a pretty chill day because the photographer's pretty close by. Water looks pretty cool and clear. It's all good. Thanks, Jenny. Now, we're on the blacks down here. Here we go. Blacks down here, and just to make it a bit more fun, I've added some purple into the paint. There we go. Just a bit more all the way down here. These big, thick strokes. There we go. And what this is going to do is, because it's a dry area, not a dry area, because this is a negative space area, I'm going to use longer strokes. Just to create an area of interest down here. You'd be like, why are those strokes longer there? It's black, but it's interesting, compelling, different. That's what you want. Just some confusion, interest, intrigue down here in this darker zone of the painting. There we go. Beautiful. As if there might be an element of reeds in there, perhaps. Are there reeds? Are there not? Who knows? Who knows? Not even the artist. No magenta. I love magenta. Okay, add magenta down to the bottom piece. It's a good question. Are we going to add magenta down in here? We could, actually. That's a frisky idea. Let me think about that. Let me toy with that idea for a little bit and consider it, because it's not a bad one. I think we might do it. I think we might. That was not a good stroke. There we go. Let's just combine that a little bit more. There we go. Beautiful. How long are... A mixture, all over the show. all over the show. Now, hold on. We're going to go for, I think we're actually going to do that. I think we're actually, are we? God, is it going to be? Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. It's a wild idea. Super wild, actually. I'm still not entirely sure how I feel about it, but we're going to try it. Like I say, this painting's about taking risks, so let's stop saying that and let's actually take one. Hold on, I've just got a little bit of a... Wipe that bit up there. There we go. Right, magenta onto the painting. The little devil on your shoulder says add magenta. It's me, I'm the devil. Yeah, let's do some magenta. All right, it's gonna come off really intense, guys. Super intense. So bear with me. It will not dry with this level of intensity. It's just because we've got magenta, mixed it into our transparent, glossy white gel, which will then later in the piece dry clear. So bear with it. This is intense. All right, let's give this a go. Now, like I say, it's gonna dry clearer, so it's not ruining the work, trust me. But it is gonna be intense off the bat. There we go. There we go. Let's add this in there, all the way down through there. And I'm gonna get some of the depths down here. There we go. Just jumping around. Just jumping around. Streaks of it. Coming into the picture. Coming in. Here we go. Down through there. Coming out through there. Spin around through here. Where else are we gonna go with it? Just up through here. Okay, sneak in there. Like I say, guys, remember it's going to dry a little more chill, but it's going to come. It's me. Hi, I'm the devil. It's me. At tea time. Seb wishes he didn't add magenta to the picture. Nah, I love it. It's a good idea. It's creative. It's all over the show. I'm a big fan of it. It's the risks this artwork was invented to take. So let's take it. Let's not endlessly talk about the risks that we should be taking, and let's actually take one and see if it actually sends this artwork somewhere special. Sometimes I apply this paint and I wish it would dry the color it looks. And then obviously it goes darker, but it's all good. It's all good. Oh, a little bit of a there, let's go in there, and then a little bit in there, I think. There we go, and then a little bit down there. Oh, a bit of a clean up there. Clean up on aisle 3. There we go. It's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. Get a bit more of this in there. Let's get that in there. Where else are we going to go? Through there. And then sneaking down here. There. There we go. Beautiful. There we are. Okay. A little bit of magenta, making this artwork pop that little bit extra. Let's make it happen. Here we go. Cool, cool, cool. A little bit more magenta, mix it in here. Do 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 do. Here we go. Sneak that down in there. I'm going to dive up deep in there. Just try and express that in there. And then coming down here. Now we're talking. There we go. Here we go. Okay. A little bit more. Creeping up around here. Here. Not up there. We're going to keep it sticking around here. There we go. Thanks, Donna. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Is this magenta going well? We're going to find out. We're gonna find out. There we go. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. At tea time, everybody agrees. I stare directly in the sun, never in the mirror. It must be exhausting, always rooting for the anti-hero. Would it look good with more muted tones? Let me just bring that up here. Like pinks, like no prinks and bright colors. Certainly, it would be a different picture. But in this case here, we don't want to reflect the muted tones of the underwater worlds. We want to embellish them and make them surreal in a way that makes the underwater world seem alluring. You could do muted tones, of course you could, but the saturation and the pop to it, pretty fun, pretty fun. Do, 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 do. Here we go. Sneak a little bit through there. There we go. There we go. Just keep adding a bit more in through here. Where else are we going to go? Down through here. This is going to make up a bit of the character with this softer colour coming through to some parts of it. There we go, across the cheek there. And then cascading down here, shoulder. A little bit coming in here, there we go. And then sneaking out through here. Okay, how are we doing here? Do you know when diving deep? Did you know when diving deeper, you lose the color red? Huh. That's kind of fun because there's very little red down here and there's a lot of red up there. You lose the color red. Why is that, Cheryl? That's fun. That is a fun fact. Thank you for sharing. So when divers film, they use a red filter on the Oh, she's got the facts. She's got the facts. I like that fact. That is fun. I had no idea. I've gone through so much of my life being unaware of that fact. And I'm glad it has joined me now. It has to do with the way that light bends too. I think it might. Ooh, that was a close one. Just splashed some paint, but it didn't quite reach me, but it tried to. There we go. Here we go. Perfect. Perfect. I look directly in the sun, but never in the mirror. It must be exhausting. Always rooting for the anti-hero. All right. Where are we sitting, team? Aloha. Sorry, Steve, it's just not showing me the last part. Yeah, thanks, Steve. Appreciate that, mate. This has been a really, really fun one. This is, I really feel like we're capturing something stroke after stroke on this one. I feel like I can see, especially with the type of texture that comes on with this artwork, and I'm going to show you in just a second as well. Now remember, it's going to dry differently, guys, but I want to do this with Steve because Steve's here, so I'll just show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. 1 second, guys. Okay, so. This is going to dry darker than it currently is, but it's really, really fun in the artwork at the moment. It's going to go that blacker color, and we're going for a gradient up into this wave that's crashing over the top. But I'm going to zoom in for you now and show you you'll see that this blue area here still needs some blending into the two of them, and then there's some sticking out pink, purple and white bits here, which will then fade into the blacks. They're drying at the moment. They're not dry yet, that's why they're sticking out, and they're going to dry much darker. Now let me show you. You're going to love this. This is fun. All right, so we're coming over here. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Who's ready? Okay, we're coming over here and we're going in. We're going in. Now, if we look closely here, you see all these tiny little scratches. This is what we've been doing. This is all our purples. This is all our pinks. You can see some greens creeping in under there. Sorry about the light reflecting there a little bit. And the whites. Now they are all going to fade to black as time goes on. And then we see how those blues abruptly come in there. We're going to blend those in a little bit more. There's a couple of other colors to do that with. And then coming up here, it blends in here really nicely. The blues fade out into the turquoises, and then we go into a very, very white patch. And then now we're into the crashing of the wave up the top here. The wave is crashing down. Now, like I was talking about, if we come into her, see she is actually fairly abstract. You can see she's looking up, but she's very abstract. Most of the attention has gone into the wave. And that's because we don't want to over-represent her in this underwater world. We want to represent that wave. That's the goal. That's the goal. Who found that fun? I found that fun. Ah, dearie me. I just thought, but I never know how different the piece looks up. Yeah, so up close, it should look wild, layered, primal, all directions, confusing, fighting itself, at odds. Every stroke should look like it's trying to represent something and then fighting with all the pieces around it. And then from a distance, it has this overall harmony to it. That's, yeah, like I say, when I talk about that's life, that's life. Confusing up close, but makes a lot of sense in hindsight and from a distance. Can we please see, well, you've seen the whole thing. Hope you enjoyed it. All socials in the bio. Thank you, Victoria. Yes, they are. So all the socials are in the bio. Everything you need's there. I'm going to blend that blue in a little bit more now. I'm just looking at that. What are we going to blend that in with, though? Probably just, I mean, honestly, a wee bit of blue into a wee bit of green, into a wee bit of purple. So we're going to, you know what you get when you combine blue with green with purple? You get blurple. Total kaleidoscope. Thanks, Steve. That's thanks, Steve. That's sort of what we're going for here. We want that kaleidoscope of colour. We want that confusion. And are you looking into another world? What's going on? It feels like a wave, but it seems different. It wants to have that effect in that you're actually viewing the wave from underneath the wave. Your opinions on the wave are different. It's got a whole different feel to it. This is a great colour. We're going for quite a sort of a deep greenish teal. This is going to get in here and just alter this blue ever so slightly. Like I say, it's going to look lighter than it actually is going to dry. It's going to have that difference to it. Not saying there is thanks, Victoria. Most of all, I'd love to share the painting with you guys. That would be the bomb. There we go. And let's just sneak that down through there. And let's just sneak that there. Now we're talking to it. A little bit of colour. Whoop, what happened there? I heard a blip. Oh, hopefully it saved it, guys. Bull. My time-lapse camera just ran out of batteries. And it looks like Shelby is going to come on in. Oh, if she can remember the code to the office. All right. How you getting on?
Good. How are you?
My time-lapse camera just died. Do we need a bus to move?
No. Well, are you having fun?
I've got a bit more to go here.
I can go and come back.
Okay. I'll be ready to go as soon as you get back.
All right.
You need to come wave hello?
Yeah?
She's nervous, guys. Cheryl says hi, Shelby.
Hi, Cheryl.
Here we go.
The camera is so good. Now I'm scared.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Okay, there you go. Come say hello.
You gonna give a wave? You gotta step in more than that.
Okay.
There you go. You waving? There you go. Well done, Shelby. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay. See you soon.
I'll put this phone on charger.
Yeah, thank you very much. Here we go. Come on, guys. You almost scared her off. Yes, please. Thank you. And hello, Cindy. I didn't know you were here. I must have missed your hello comment before. Here we go. A little bit there. Well, Steve, waves have been a bit tough here because we've had lots of rain. And the rain obviously overwhelms a few of the systems in Auckland sometimes. And when they get overwhelmed, we end up with some beaches that aren't too safe to swim on. So at the moment, we're just, we haven't been surfing for about 3 weeks now, 4 weeks, a while. When the weather has come right, we've opted to horse ride instead. So we've had about 3 horse rides. Not as many as we'd like, but a few. Very different from surfing, but still fun, Did you have a tsunami warning up there? I think we did have a tsunami warning recently. We did, but I don't remember when or how bad it was. I remember Shelby just saying when we were in the car, "Oh, look, tsunami warning," and I was like, "Oh, really? Wow." And that was the end of the conversation. Didn't sound too dangerous. Ain't no way. I've been... Well, that's good, guys. I'm proud of you. Here we go. A little bit more colour through here. Greenish blues. And we're just over adding them around these areas because once they dry, it's going to have that balance where it's going to show this area is going to have the same colours bouncing through it as that area there, so we don't end up with disjointed colours that aren't feeling like they're part of the image. Everything's got to feel like it's part of the overall image, like it's valued. Here we go. Here we go, and here we go. Just through here. And just down in here. There we go. Where else are we going? Just through here. And down through here. Perfect. Is it a dinner plate? It is a dinner plate. It's an exciting time to be working on a dinner plate. I do like working with a plate, guys. I was saying why before, but it's definitely the most practical thing to paint on. By a quarter mile. There we go. Here we go. Perfect. Perfect. All right, a little bit more through here. Fantastic. We're not far off pausing, team. We're not far off pausing. I think I still need, though, we might give that a little bit of time to dry before we come back to it. But it's in a good spot. This area is looking better. I'm liking this now. I'm liking the colours that are occurring here. Probably the board. Does the board need a bit more love? Hard to say. I'm actually sort of enjoying the lack of attention the board gets, as if the board's not constructed by the actual push of the strokes inside of it. The board's constructed by the sea and the envelopment of the saturation around it. So the board's actually defined by where the ocean's not by what's in the ocean. I think that's fun. That's what's sort of happening there, but we'll see. Oh, thanks guys. I could never paint in a white shirt. You could, and I'd be so proud of you for doing it. It's actually a trick though, guys. I splashed on myself. I'll show you up close. Up here, there's one little black dot there. There's a turquoise dot there, a black dot there, black dot there. It gets a bit thin, it splashes a little bit, and now I've got some on me. This is the reality of the situation. This one here needs a break. Let's put this one down. There we go. Up there. Spread on there. And we're going to have a look at one other painting for some finishing touches. A personal favourite of mine. Off it comes. Down it goes. There we go. Big fan. Big fan. Right. Righty-tighty. Also, I'll show you this. This is a bit of fun. This is completely unrelated to art. Well, it's not entirely not. It's not art. This is a light that goes above the art and it shines light onto it in the form of bada bing bung bong, in the form of lighting up the artwork. Let me just turn this on. I'll show you something really cool about this. This is going to blow your mind in a moment, if this works. Are you going to turn on for me, light? I haven't quite figured out how to turn it on yet. It's one of these 3 buttons. There we go. So here is my light, and then this is where it gets really cool. Not that one. Not that one. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now here we go. Yeah, this is where it gets cool. Ready? Pow. Blue. Different shades of blue. Purple. Got our Mace Windu. Extra Mace Windu. Wait, that's pink. He should have a pink lightsaber though. He's got purple, but this is pink. Red. This is our Darth Maul. And warm yellow. And there's our Obi-Wan Kenobi. Wait, maybe? There we go. And back to our blues. Now the reason why this is cool is it can go up here, shine different lights on the artwork. See, yeah. And then the effect that this will have is we'll be able to examine the colours in a better form. But more importantly, we can actually leap off those colours, come into our white like this, and illuminate the artwork in a way that we can examine it in fun ways, up close with it. It's like a blue light thing. But anyway, we're not using that today because it's bright enough, but it's an option for the other studio. Here we go. You turn off for me? Do I know how to turn you off? Hello, there we go. That was fun. Down this goes. Right. Let me grab the other piece we are working on. I'm just going to lower this down. That's the boom beam that happens with it. That goes with it. Up this one comes. Bada bing bum boom ba ba. Bada ba. Bada ba. Bada ba. Need a bit more room to walk around this, but that's all right. Here we go. This one's coming in here. Is it high enough is the question. Let's go right up. There we go. Is it high enough? You know. Oh, is it strong enough? Is it strong enough? You know. We're going to bring this right the way down. It was really high before. It's coming on down. There we go. All the way down to here. Straighten it up onto there. Tighten it up onto there. Voila. What's our positioning like? Let me just rotate you guys a little bit there. How's that? We're on the doggo. Yes, we are. Oh, hold on. That's not what I'm after. There we go. How's our light on doggo? Light's good? Light should be good on doggo. We're good. We're golden. We're golden. Right. Okie dokie. I think that's all ticking along. That's good. Ooh. Ooh, there we go. That's fun. Perfect. Just realised I didn't set a live goal. So, Just set one. We're after 10 cowboy hats. I love cowboy hats. I think that's a really, really funny thing to add. Right. What are we going to do with Mr. Doggo? That's a good question. Let me bring this pole up here with our artwork on it. Thanks, Croissant, for contributing towards our live goal of 10 cowboy hats. She's a wild world out there. We haven't got forever until Shelby gets back, and when she gets back, she does need to dash off because she is having a girls' night, and I will be working at home, hoping that that phone dying didn't delete the final time lapse of that work, but it might have. If it did, that's called reality, and I will deal with it. But hopefully it didn't. Here we go. Is the piece not finished? I was sitting with it yesterday, and you're now an honorary cowboy. Thanks, Victoria. Appreciate that. Good to be part of the honorary cowboy crew. Right. Wish I didn't say that. It didn't sound very cool at all. But I'm proud to be a part of the crew. So, this part's nice. We're going to add in some... What's it going to be? It's going to be Naples yellow, even though there's a lot of it, but this time more glossy, to play in with those whites. Naples yellow, and we're going to get some blues. Probably not. That's all good. It's going to be a smaller brush though. Yeah, but we're not going to add more blacks in. I like where our blacks are currently sitting. Naples yellow. Vermilion? Nah, no. Magenta? Yeah, Naples yellow and magenta. Add the happiness into the picture. That's what we're going to do with it. Naples yellow and magenta. In case you're wondering, here you go. This is a picture of the doggy dog. And I'll just show you up close too, guys, because you can see what I'm doing. It's a bit of a wild one. It's a bit of a wild one. Only the wild ones. And you're like, what's he doing? Oh my Lord. So if I come right in here, again, we're looking at this wilderness of paint. This looks crazy up close. And what I'm talking about here is if you look at these, can I put my finger in here? Is it going to show me? No, it's going to blur out. Okay, so see these yellows? All the other colours tend to sit in here quite nicely and work well together, like on the face here. But those yellows just need a little bit of a transparency gloss gel to fit in there with the rest of them. Coming on down here, see, great example there. Those yellows are fur heading out that way. We've got the vermilion gloss, but we need the Naples yellow. And then coming down here, this is the dog's feet. Is that the foot? That's the foot. So let's come up back here. This is the part just below the mouth. So we're looking at the bottom of the jaw and the tongue there. But we're looking at this fur here. Again, more fur will show with some Naples yellow. That's a good area there. That one's fine. The Naples yellow will stop that from being so contrasting. Now, back we come. This is our picture. Voila, voila. Coming in close like that, it actually felt pretty done. Jeepers, maybe it is done. Ooh, no, we need some Naples yellow in there. I hope you enjoy that little up close thing as well, guys. I'm really enjoying doing that. I feel like I don't need to trip over my words and explain things poorly. I can bring you right into it. When I say I want Naples yellow to bring out more fur and to complement these more yellowy areas that are popping out too much, I can show you what I'm trying to say. So that's fun. I hope you're enjoying that as much as I am, because I'm really enjoying that. I'm going to spin you around this way a little bit. We are going to go for a new plate because I need a plate that doesn't have a bunch of green and black on it, because this has enough green and black in it. For the natural colours, we use them as a foundation. You'll see that creeping into all over the show. But if we embellish it too much, we'll lose that joy and fun that the dog has and make it look more natural and solidified. If it was a guard dog, maybe a Rottweiler, maybe a Pit Bull, maybe a German Shepherd, lots of blacks, lots of greens, because it creates that fundamental strong feeling to the creature. For this one here, we've used a little bit of them, and now we're pushing into the Naples because those baby blues and Naples yellow colors have that fun, floaty, I'm a dog feeling to them. I'm happy, I'm full of joy, I'm glad I'm alive, I hope you're happy too, you're my owner, have you got a biscuit? That's what we're after here. Anyway, okay, so. Zeb, shut up, grab a paintbrush and grab some Naples yellow. Copy that. All right, over here. Pinks. Yes, we'll grab a little bit of magenta, just a little bit. Little bit of magenta. Just because those areas of magenta are still in there popping, but a little bit of magenta with our gloss gel through it is going to make them not sink back, it's going to make them stand out. That's what we want. We are going to come back. We are going to come back to some of those purples for a few of the deeper areas in the picture, but not right now. Right now, the focus is entirely on Mr. Naples. Okay, here we go. Smaller brush. This is the brush we're working to. Very thin. I'll bring it up close to you here. There we go. It looks like it's more spread out just because I've been rough on it. But as I mix paint on it and it gets wet, it will tighten up. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. See that? Less spread now, straight. It'll do the trick. For fine detail, if you're doing like a realism painting, probably wouldn't cut the mustard. For this, in the form of combining these gloss gels, that's perfect. See, look at this now. This is exactly what I'm talking about. See that there? That is straight. Straight, perfect for applying the Naples yellow. Here we go. What did he just say? I was saying that this brush here is not perfect for applying realism, but it's absolutely perfect for getting these wild brisks that we're after on this dog's coat. Next picture you should paint of me. You know what? Out of all the subjects in the whole world, I think the most boring subject that I could paint is me. There's nothing against you or anything. That's just me saying, I just get sick of the idea of just painting myself would be such a drag because there's so many fun things out there in this world to represent that I just don't know what would compel me to choose over the entire universe of options a picture of myself. I understand why Van Gogh did it because he didn't have a whole lot of things to paint. So he was painting a few sunflowers, he was painting, from a mirror his face every now and again. But we've got the internet now, guys. We've got an AI that can generate literally any picture that we'd want to see in the entire world. I think we've got more exciting options to pick than our own face. But that's just me. Have I ever painted myself though? Never. Never. I would do it as if it was a commission piece, if someone was really keen for it, but honestly, I'd prefer to do someone else's portrait, try and capture their likeness, see if we can create a special moment with their face. It's more stimulating, I reckon. There we go. There we go. So just little touches of this Naples yellow. It's gonna dry lighter than it currently looks, and that's okay. There we are. Just little bits coming up in here. Little bits and pieces. A little bit more of it coming through here. Naples yellow. What a fun colour. There we go. There we go. Right, where else are we going to go with this? Just down through here. And grab a lot of that Naples and just make this a thing. There we go. There, there, there. Right, a bit more of it there. And where else are we going to go with it? Just through here. Now we're talking to it. Sneaking up here and then cascading just up through there. And then this fur, grab, 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 grab. There we go. Fantastic. A little bit more here. A little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. Guys, while I'm adding this Naples yellow on, if I bore you, well, if I bored you, you're probably already gone. But if you want to follow me, all the links you need are in the bio. I'm not sure how I still don't quite know how you get to the bio from the live stream, but I'm sure that you are better at technology than I am. And you'll be able to find it. I believe in you. I believe in you. It'd be fantastic to have you following me. And whatever you do. Oh, let's go there. There we go. Or you don't have to. We can just share this little moment together and never have another one. That's fine too. Fancy way of saying, if you want to connect more, if you want to connect more, you can find all my stuff in the, that's true. And apparently TikTok doesn't send out notifications when I go live, so it won't bother you with that. I think, anyway. Maybe it does now. It's interesting though, we haven't seen Pink today. Wonder what Pink's doing. Not hanging out in the stream, obviously. There we go. And then we'll get a little bit of this up here. And then a little bit of this coming through here. There we go. And this gets like that. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. How much time did I put into this painting? It chops and changes. This one here, probably like, I forget. We've done, this is the fourth session, or fifth or fourth session on it, I forget. The fifth or the fourth session, and it's looking pretty cool. But we just have a few more little bits that I wanted to capture, which is why we're back here. I thought it might be finished, but you just notice, the Naples yellow needed some more love, guys. That was essential. Just a bit more Naples yellow to make the whole thing pop. And I'm probably getting a bit excited, granted, but I'm going to add a bit more magenta to it as well. So let's make that happen. Here we go. Here we go. All right, now we're talking to it. A little bit down through here. And then Paw Patrol down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that one actually goes like this down. Prioritize that one, prioritize that one. Perfect. And that goes there. Fantastic. Fantastico. And then there's a bit, this is the face here. We're going to capture some of these longer strokes just coming up through here. And there's one coming down here and down through here. Cool. Wipe down the brush. Oh, we're doing so well. I'm really proud of the progress we're making as a team. We're making good ground. Oh, jeepers. Sorry about that, Steve. Yeah, happens. And thanks for the cowboy hat. You absolute champion. What was the name of that person? I appreciate you. Where is it going? Jay Smith, appreciate the cowboy hat. You champion. What else we got here? Is it a golden retriever? Is it for sale? So it's not a golden retriever, but I need to check the brand of it. I'm not quite sure. And it's not for sale. This is a commission. So there will be prints available of it, but the actual work itself will never be available. So you need to... so if you'd like your own dog done, then reach out via the link in my bio and we can do a commission for you. contact, grab a print when they become available, or you can, bada bing bum boom, grab one of the new dogs coming up at some stage. But I love this one. This is a really fun picture. We're just adding those last little few touch points of magenta in there at the moment, just to make a few last little areas pop. Here we go. Here we go. I'll let you guys know too when this one becomes available. But it's for a really cool guy. His dogs are fantastic. He's an American gentleman. Really, really nice. He looks after the most incredible dogs. He's a dog man through and through, which is cool. It's cool to be that. It's cool to know who you want to be, and it's cool to own that. And so he really raises these dogs with love. When I was on a call with him at one stage, talking about the project, and he was just the nicest guy, and his dogs were running rampant around the place. But it was really special. There we go. There we go. Do. Then we're going to go around here. Okay. How are we doing? A little bit more down in here. And then here. And then here. There we go. Just little touch points. Just little touch points. And then it's going to ride up close there. And then it's going to ride up around there like that. Then a little bit there. A little bit down here. Okay, and how are our eyes looking? We'll just get a little bit of magenta up in this one. And then swipe across there. A little bit comes down through here. Then over on this one, touch. Pause, engage, pause, engage. There we go. And I'm going to grab, just to round it off, a little bit of our purple over here, mix it into the magenta, get a lighter purple, a lilac probably, lavender. Do you sell your pictures? That is your money of income for a living? Yes, it is. So I missed that comment about the capturing thing, but this is how I make my living. I paint, and I sell prints, and I sell the original artwork. So the ability for me to make sure I don't charge too much for the artwork is because I sell prints on the side too, which is fantastic, and also it also allows the actual artwork to become, quite a cool piece for everyone. And the other one is full-time thing. I love this. It's so cool. You've captured the spirit and isn't always present in art pieces. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I think we are trying to capture something here, which is honest. There's an honesty to the style of painting. And what we're trying to capture in this particular picture is joy. So there's a fluid, random, bouncy, uncontrolled nature to these brush strokes to represent this dog. We're not going to get too excited with this colour though, because we're not far off the finish. But sorry, going back to those commissions, if you do want a piece of artwork, this is a commission. That's got someone looking at it to be bought at the moment. And the studio is currently completely sold out of artwork. So if you would like a piece, there's about a 20-day lead time at the moment on new commissions. And past that, there's prints on the website. Only 2 at the moment. I've just set up a new print website, but that's there for you if you'd like it. And I'd love, if you've got an idea or a picture, I'd love to bring it to life with you. How long did it take me to paint that? It chops and changes, Kath. I think this has been 4 sessions. We've let it dry in between. And I'm just about finished with this one. I'm just going to get this down in here. Now, I'll show you up close. I said it was finished the other day. I lied, it wasn't. I've wanted to do more on it. So let's get this one up close so you can see it. And so I can talk to you about what I meant by those Naples yellows that we've now embellished a little bit more. Here we go. Perfect. And we'll pause there. We'll wait up here. There we go. A little more there. And then, perfect. Right, let me bring you close. Let me show you what's happening here. That's our finished product. That's our dog. I'm going to bring you up close to it to show you the piece. What's the cost of something like that? It depends. So it depends on the picture itself. It depends on where in the world it's going to. It depends on the size you're after. The best way, excuse me, clicking my back there. Best way to get costs and prices for your particular project, reach out via the commission form on their website and you'll be away. I do answer Instagram messages. I am very, very behind. So if you've sent a message on Instagram, hello Pink, long time no see. If you've sent a message on Instagram and I haven't replied yet, that's on me. I'm the bad guy. We will get round to you, I swear. But I'm going to bring you up here and look at this dog. So these strokes are going to dry far, far darker than they are currently, far more transparent. So if we come in here and have a look, see how they stick out on top of there's a Naples yellow and then we've got this very, very bright white. That's going to go the same color as the Naples yellow and just add into that. We come over here and we see here, now those yellows that were really standing out are now blending in more to the rest of it. Just slightly, ever so slightly blending in. There we go. So we come down here and now those yellows that were quite intense, there's just a little bit more of a yellow color on top, streaking through, adding some more to it. Let's come on out here. You see that texture, and slowly as we come out from the picture, the dog will start to actually take shape and context more. We should see the dog's face sticking out more at us and those legs falling back a little bit, but two cute little paws. And the further we come back from it, the more the whole dog comes into context. And we get a really, really good idea that it's a portrait. There we go. So that'd be across the room, the whole way across the room, and then we come right up to the dog. If we walked right up to it, walking forward, walking forward, walking forward, walking forward, bang. There's your texture up close. Cool. Right. There is our puppy dog. I'm really enjoying doing that. I'm really, really enjoying doing that. I hope that helps you guys understand what I mean by primal up close, context from further away, and the picture coming together. This one here is finished. This one here is going to get a frame on it. It's going to be about this wide, about as wide as my hand. Oh, we lost our dog. Wide as my hand, all the way around, with a slight black edge on it. So it's going to be white matte to balance off the intensity of color here, and then it's going to have a black metal edge around it. So a mixture of wood with metal as a completed frame for this piece. And it's off to Washington, DC, I think, is where it's going, which is pretty fun. Thanks, Victoria. I think it's really cool. Art for sale. I was saying before, studio's completely sold out. There is no art currently available. Let me just zoom out a little bit for you guys. There we go. There's no art currently available. If you want art, there's only commissions, and there's about a 20-day lead time on starting a commission. But there are prints available via the link in the bio. There's more prints going to be dropped tonight. I'm adding 2 more prints onto the list of 2 prints that are already there. So we'll have 4 prints total. I'm excited. That's going to be fun. And yeah, I'm hoping to get some original work that will last. This one here, I was trying to get one original to have in my studio. It's now sold, so not sold, it's now got someone looking at it, so that one's probably not available. They might choose not to have it, of course, but I was hoping to have this bright, vibrant sea picture up in my studio to make me happy, because that's what art's supposed to do. Music. Dancing, music, and art. What a magical, fantastic combination of things. Right, down you come, Mr. Dog. You need to be framed. You're a good boy. Come with me. Here we go. Down you go over here. Fantastic. Right, there's one more thing I want to do to this one. I thought I'd finished it. Her arm and the surfboard need some love. I'm just going to put a little bit more of that green into the surfboard. Sorry, not green, cobalt blue into that surfboard, and then we might be out of time. So I am based in New Zealand. I'm based in Auckland, and in fact, the studio is in the Crate, flexible office space here in New Zealand, which is an incredible place. So it's not just a lonely studio in the middle of nowhere, it's a whole community. So that's pretty fun to be a part of. There we go. We're just going to do a little bit more on this picture. Like I said, I thought it was done, but we're not done. Now let me just move you around a little bit. Don't let me beat you up. There we go. We're going to zoom you out a little bit because you're too close. Goodbye. There we go. There we go. I got you right where I want you. Okay, this is our picture here. Now, where I'm talking about is there's these green blotches here and this arm here that need a little bit of this French aquamarine and cobalt just to pull them into position. And then we'll be done. Now, I was going to start the Milford work, but I feel like if we start that today, Shelby will come back before we get a proper coat on, and we'll have to awkwardly stop halfway through. So we'll hold fire until tomorrow, and I'll have a fresh, already gessoed board to kick off on, and so we can do the Milford picture, which will be really, really fun. Mr. Doggo, you are retiring over here, and this one goes here. The other thing too, guys, is with the art here, a couple of things go with it. There is, so with the art I add, I've got this here waiting for Doggo. Voila, this here. I'm not going to bring it too close because you're not allowed to read it. This is special. This is a letter that now goes on the art. Steve, there's one of these coming for you. A letter from me to the owner of the art, basically. And I put it on the back like this. But it's just a reminder of what we've done together and what we are doing here, and just the connection that you make between viewer and artist. So, little letter, very cute. If you create, it's kind of special to, just a little something. Sort of like at a concert you go to, and the artist, the singer, does a little conversation about what the art is, or so what the song's about before they sing it. That's sort of what the letter is, in a cutesy way. Right, a little bit of this paint, and let's go for a little bit of this paint here too. Here we go. Perfect. Are we going to use the same brush? No, we're going to swap on back to our other brush. Oh, are we? Are we? No, I like the smaller one. This is a good one. We're doing a good thing with this brush. Here we are. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Actually, before we get kicked into it, I'm going to have just a few electrolytes. Here we go. Just to give me that little zing. Nothing like some magnesium to get you going. Yum. Yum. All right. Aquamarines. Mixing it in here. There we go. Lots of it. That's what we want. Is your art for sale? If yes, where can I find it? Great question. The studio is sold out, team. There's nothing left in it. Now, if you want art, there are prints available via the link in the bio. And if you've got an idea for a piece, or if you'd like an original, then at the moment, commissions are available. So if you'd like a commission, reach out to me and let's make an original together. This was going to be a piece of art that was going to be in my studio, or possibly for sale, but it's gone now, or been looked at. It's Shelby. What? No, that's someone. Oh, no, that is Shelby in the background. Oh, there she is. There she is. Do you need help getting in the building? Is she watching the stream? I better go help her let her in, guys. Hey, speaking of, I might pause there. I'll let her into the building. For some reason, the code isn't working, so let me sort her out. I'm going to run off. I'll be doing emails and messages tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure being with you today. I'm not going to hang around to a big long yarn because she's outside freezing. Would you like anything from the green store across the road? No, but you're going to the green store? Okay, we'll pack up. We'll pack up and then we'll do the thing. Yeah, just want to make sure she wasn't sitting outside getting cold. If you want artwork, let's make an original together. Contacts in the bio. It asks some questions about you as well. The reason I do that is it's not just about purchasing artwork, it's about formulating a connection, and through that connection I can embellish the artwork with aspects of you to make it more meaningful as well. At least I feel like that. That's how I feel. It makes the process fresh and unique for me. What did Shelby say? She's laughy faces? So Shelby's okay? Are you okay, or do you need to be helped in here? Or are you going to the green store? What's going on? I just want to make sure I'm not letting anyone down. Nope, she's wandering across the road. She's good. She's good. She's good. She's good. She's good. I don't know what's going on. Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Except I shouldn't have too much spiced rum, otherwise I'll have some trouble getting through my messages. Like, hello, it's Seb. It's Seb, the artist. You sent me an email inquiry about some art. Yeah. I feel like he was very different to how he was in the stream. Right. But if you want art straight away, guys, there's prints available, and that's that's fantastic. So if that suits you, that's there for you. You're more than welcome to go for that. I love the prints. My favorite one right now, there's Mahalo and Aboriginal up there. This artwork here will also be available in prints, and it'll be pretty special because from a distance, it'll really, really pop. So excited for that to happen. There we go. Let's just get a little bit more of this coming through here. Just a few of these waves cascading over the picture. There we go. Dragging here and there. There we go. Just a bit more. Just a bit more. Up through here. And then coming down here. Wait, did he say he wanted something? Look, Shelby, if you're in the area, I wouldn't mind a bottle of spiced rum. That would be pretty cool. But I'm happy either way because I can sit down and have a cup of tea. And you know what? If I'm supposed to be answering emails, maybe the best thing for me. Sorry, guys. I got caught up in the colour I was adding. Caught up in my own little yarns. That being said, I'm actually pretty much done here now. Pretty much done. You can probably see though that there you go, finally got to answer you. I'm getting harassed. I'm doing a terrible job though. I'm so sorry, guys. I will strive to do better. I will strive to be better. I'm so sorry, Shelby. Thanks. Thank you for tolerating me. Here we go. Let's get a little bit more in here. Oh no, Shelby, it's fine. I've just been told I'm all good. It's on you. No, I am sorry, guys. Here we go. Now, so let's get some more through here. Just a few little bubble streaks coming up here. And then I think we're basically, after I get a little bit there we go. And then streak that across there. And then dive that into the chin space there and come down the neck there. Here we go, and then a little bit there. Then a little bit there. Just to get that arc in her back properly. There we go. Coming down here. Let's get a bit more of this paint here. Streaks, streaks, streaks. And then a little bit more streaks. There we go. There we go. All right, team. Right, almost there. There we go. Just going to get a little bit more in it. I can't help it. Just a little bit more through here. Just a bit more, just a bit more. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's just looking so good. It's just looking so good. We'll pause there. That's enough. We've had our fun. We've made some good ground. I'm really happy with that. Guys, I have to charge off a fellow lefty. Yes, I am. Right, our reference picture. This is Duck Dive, diving under the wave. There's a wave crashing over her head, darkness coming up, and there's a lady looking up with a board. Now, one thing you'll notice between this picture and our actual picture, she's smaller, and the reason I shrank her is I didn't want it to be a hero picture of her looking mighty and majestic as she goes through this wave. She's just here to personify the moment and make it not a vortex of color, but a capturing of an environment you could be in as you go under a wave. Right, I've got to, Shelby's got a girls' night, so I'm being really rude by hanging out here for longer. I'm out of here, guys. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Guys, any contact, any work you want, things like that, everything you need's in the bio. Reach out, we can talk, we can go from there. Thank you so much for joining. Wherever you are in the world, have a great day or a great night. You're all the best. I'll catch you later. Bye, guys. And hey, tech went well today. No sound issues, no camera issues. Guys, don't get used to that. That is not regular. Bye for now. See you guys.